We are now joined by Coach Zenarae Antoine of Texas State. Just a reminder, if you have a question for Coach Antoine, please press *1 at this time to get in the queue to ask questions. Texas State enters this year's tournament as the number 7 seed and takes on number 2 seed Little Rock this Wednesday night at 5 p.m. Central Time. Coach, before we get to any questions, please give us your thoughts on earning the number 7 seed in this year's tournament and also the matchup against Little Rock.
Well, I'm really excited that we have an opportunity to go back to New Orleans this year. We had a rough finish there towards the end, but I'm still relatively hopeful that our team will be able to make a run. Obviously, Little Rock is traditionally a powerhouse in our conference, and so facing them isn't going to be an easy task, but it's one that at least we've split with them this year, so there's an understanding of what it is that we need to do in order to try to compete.
Thank you, Coach. Again, as a reminder, please press *1 to get in the queue to ask questions for Coach Antoine. Coach, you mentioned how you split with them this season. What do you really take away from that win earlier this year that you can use for this upcoming matchup?
I think we did a better job, attacking and our ability to be able to score. The second time around, we struggled more or less scoring, and I think it's going to be important that we do a better job of just figuring out ways to score, and I think that's just more so been for us here. In the last couple of games, we've struggled scoring, and so figuring out ways to score against a very good defensive team, Coach Foley does a great job, is going to be important because in that first contest, we were able to find ways to score against a very good defense.
Coach, this isn't your first time coming to New Orleans for the tournament. What can your team and you learn from the experience that you've had before to, aid you in this year's tournament?
I think that the nice thing you have is just that helps you throughout the season. To be honest with you, is that our kids know what it means. It's a new season for them. It's a brand new opportunity. And throughout the year, the goal was to for sure try to win a championship. But if anything else, make sure we have an opportunity again to compete for a tournament championship. And so that more or less helped us throughout the year. Now with our ability to be able to go back to New Orleans again, I think there's a comfortable feeling just kind of knowing, the routine. There's not going to be that newness of it. It's going to be a lot more of the jitters kind of taken out and more or less get to work and prepare yourself to play Little Rock.
Coach, you've relied on a variety of student athletes to step into the scoring role this year. I mean, who do you look to right now for crunch time in the tournament to really lead you guys in the scoring department?
I think it's a great question for us. That's been our difficulty this year. Traditionally, we've always been able to have 2 or 3 kids that we can rely upon. I would say recently it would definitely be Raven Burns, not just because she's a senior, but I think she has a poise about her. She understands the system really well, where she's going to get her shots. And, outside of Raven Burns, we still look for Caitlin Walla and Taylor Deere to be playmakers for us.
And, Coach, finally, I want to ask you now from earlier in the season, you had the chance to host a Play for K game this year. I mean, what kind of things have you seen come out of that game as far as raising awareness and funds actually for a cause such as that?
What I really appreciated specifically about this year was that our coaching group, our women's basketball coaching group in the Sun Belt Conference, I went around and kind of did a small poll, and then all of them just did a tremendous favor to our conference by making me aware of what it was that they were doing individually and what it was they were doing as a group. And I think a lot of us have found that we can affect our communities and that our players have opportunities as well to affect our communities in a positive way. And what better way than Play for K and any kind of breast cancer awareness or cancer awareness opportunities that we have for the Pink Initiative. I think specifically what we did this season as a group was, with the unfortunate passing of Coach Broadhead's wife, I think it meant something a little bit more to a lot of us to be able to not only extend, our condolences to him and his staff and their players, but also for us to understand how close it can happen.
Coach, safe travels, best of luck, and thank you very much for joining us this afternoon.
All right, we look forward to it. Thank you.